In a world where trust is hard to find, Solana ID brings you peace of mind. Your digital life secure and free, a place where privacy meets integrity. In a world where shadows used to reign, Solana ID brings clarity again. Your digital self in control, privacy that you are on a roll. Oh, with Solana ID you are in control. From the blockchain to the web we know. No more secret, no more lies. With the SOL ID your reputation grows. Let's go once more. With Solana ID in control. From the blockchain to the web we know. No more secret, no more lies. With your SOL ID, if your reputation grow. In a world where trust is hard to find, Solana ID brings you peace of mind. Your digital life secure and free, a place where privacy meets integrity. In a world where shadows used to reign, Solana ID brings clarity again. Your digital self in control, the privacy that you are on a roll. Oh, with Solana ID you are in control. From the blockchain to the web we know. No more secret, no more lies. With the SOL ID your reputation grows. Let's go once more. With Solana ID you are in control. From the blockchain to the web we know. No more secret, no more lies. With your SOL ID if your reputation grows. In a world where trust is hard to find, Solana ID brings you peace of mind. Your digital life secure and free, a place where privacy meets integrity. In a world where shadows used to reign, Solana ID brings clarity again. Your digital self in control, the privacy that you are on a roll. Oh, with Solana ID you are in control. From the blockchain to the web we know. No more secret, no more lies. With your SOL ID your reputation grows. Let's go once more. With Solana ID you are in control. From the blockchain to the web we know. No more secret, no more lies. With your SOL ID if your reputation grows. In a world where trust is hard to find, Solana ID brings you peace of mind. Your digital life secure and free, a place where privacy meets integrity. In a world where shadows used to reign, Solana ID brings clarity again. Your digital self in control, the privacy that you are on a roll. Oh, with Solana ID you are in control. From the blockchain to the web we know. No more secret, no more lies. With your SOL ID your reputation grows. Let's go once more. With Solana ID you are in control. From the blockchain to the web we know. No more secret, no more lies. With your SOL ID if your reputation grows. grow.
Welcome, NTM everyone, or good evening, or whatever the fuck you have right now, and welcome to Solid Talk number 50. Today is a special one because we hit the 50-week mark. Pierre, we started live streaming 50 weeks ago. We started on Telegram with the first voice call with like 3 people in there. We head over to Discord, where we did the first maybe 2, 3, 4 Solid Talks, maybe a little bit more than that, with some of the core community being assembled end of 2024. And we had maybe 100 people-ish there, like at the peak. And then we started to do the actual Solid Talk on Twitter, live streaming every single Saturday. And we reached 10,000 of people, of live listeners at the peak during some of the live streams. And now we're here 50 weeks later, and we're still as motivated as at day one. Of course, there have been challenges. Of course, there's ups and downs always. But what counts at the end of the day, that you fucking show up and just do your job. So with that being said, thanks everyone for being part of this journey. Welcome to Solid Talk. Thanks for joining, Pierre. Thanks for being here as well, Benny. Good morning to you, sir. How's it going, everyone? Benny, you all right?
I'm doing well. To be honest, I just decimated half of a sandwich in that 5-minute intro there. It was an absolute race, let me tell you. But I'm doing good.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry you were a little bit short on time to get down that sandwich. I hope you finished it. No, you didn't. You left half.
I got half of it down. It's good. I'm fueled up for the rest of the Solid Talk. That's what's important.
Perfect. I see you got your coffee there. You're ready to roll. So good to have you here as well, Benny. Always happy to have you in the Solid Talks. But also, Pierre, my co-host, you're here every single week as well. So thanks for joining as well. How are you doing, Pierre? Everything good? So far, so good.
Yeah, I'm doing good so far. And actually, Benny, you also need something that is like unique and only for you. Because Simon is like the shisha guy. He's always with his shisha pot, how Cyberbrother calls it. And I always have this in a very close range of mine, so I can always grab it. So what's your thing?
See, I'm a little bit more conspicuous than you guys. I get the little pouches. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he always has something in his mouth. Sounds damn wrong, but he always has something in his mouth when he's in this live stream. So that's how you stay fueled up.
That's so wrong.
True.
Here you go. You're welcome. We can cut that part and do a little short out of it without any context. Do these things actually do anything to you, Benny? Like, do you get like energy or focus or like from the
I used to feel them. I used to get a nice buzz off it. Now it's just, okay, this keeps me going. Nice. I don't crave it now. When I have it in, I'm not craving it. So that's pretty good. That's nice.
Okay. Yeah, you say that. But I don't know if it's true, but all right, acknowledged. That's all right.
Maybe you just need to increase the dosage. Like put 2 or 3 pouches at the same time. Then see what happens.
Slippery
road.
Slippery road there.
Yeah, there's not enough space in Benny's mouth to put them all in. We can also cut
this.
Oh
my God. What is happening here? They keep coming.
Anyway, yeah, with that being said, that was the intro, guys. Welcome to Solid Talk. You got the full growth team assembled here. Cyber's just like, what the fuck? Yeah, welcome, bro. Today we have a packed agenda as always. We're gonna take a look at the charts because that's just the regular part, how we kick these things off here. So we're gonna look at what Solami's doing. We're gonna have a quick chat about Solid. I'm going to touch on a few points over there. And then we also have obviously some giveaways that we always do. So there's going to be at least one giveaway as well today, as always. So guys, stay tuned for that. Besides this, we also have a really nice, unique artwork, as always, for you guys. A participation NFT, freshly shipped from our designer Sigmund, that you can collect for being part of today's live stream. And besides that, we also have a special guest today, very, very special guest who's going to come up later in the middle of the stream as well to talk a little bit about the Solana ID origin story with me, where we come from, because this gentleman has been part of the journey since day one, really, since day zero, let me tell you. So that's something that we're going to do as well today. And then we're just going to do a little time travel to the beginning of Solana ID. We're going to highlight some of our milestones that we reached since basically tinkering since more than a year now. So we're going to go through some of the Solana ID lore. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about the lore, about the things we've been achieving in the past 12 months. And then we're also going to look a little bit in the future, touch on some, regular company updates as always. We have a few updates here and there that we want to sprinkle in as well. And then we're going to close it off. That's the agenda for today. I am really happy to be here in Solid Talk number 50 consecutive weeks of Solid Yapping. And Pierre's probably going to hop out of the call in the middle somewhere because it's quite late and he has some shit to do. So we're going to have Pierre leave somewhere in the stream silently. But then obviously I have my friend Benny here, so I'm not so lonely. And I keep yapping with Benny for the second half of the agenda. And I think that pretty much covers it all. And first and foremost, I just want to open up with Pierre's current founder updates. Tell us where you are, Pierre, what you're doing currently in the life of Pierre, and what are some of the takeaways maybe that you got from the days you spent already at this specific location. Any interesting people you met that you want to give a shout out to? Any learnings you got from the crypto ecosystem in that particular country? So yeah, enlighten us where you're at, what you're doing, and what are the takeaways, bro?
Of course. So for everyone who doesn't know what Simon is talking about, I am in Indonesia, Bali right now, more specifically in Canggu, where all the digital nomads and crypto scammers and course sellers and
hide themselves.
The best
the creme de la creme.
Hanging out.
Yeah.
And obviously most quality people are all in this area because we are all working on Solana. So if you are serious about crypto, you're probably here. If not, then you're not gonna make it. At least if you're in Indonesia. Globally.
What's happening? What's the event?
It is Startup Village Bali, organized by the Super Team Indonesia, which is pretty new. It's like I think they just started a couple of months ago. And it's very bullish because the whole Startup Village is also supported by the government. So there's like government people coming over from time to time doing some workshops, and they are being really supportive for the whole Super Team initiative and also for the Startup Village overall. There are some great people. Honestly, there's a lot of people that I've never seen before. It's like a lot of local Indonesian young and hungry and ambitious founders or want to become founders from all over the country. A lot of people from Jakarta are here, but also people from Bali. So yeah, pretty cool. I'm here as one of the official mentors for the program.
Important.
So I'm here to share all of my marketing knowledge and experience with everyone who wants to talk about it with me. The only problem that I really have is that they used my DKS PFP for most of the stuff. And that is always confusing everyone because they don't know who you are. And it might be a bit more helpful if there would be a picture of me, like how I look actually, because I think then people would approach me more. Because right now it's like when I introduce myself, it's like, oh, you're Pierre, you're one of the mentors. Like, oh yeah, that's me. It's like, oh yeah, because your picture is this skull with like fire hair or whatever. It's like,
almost the same. Yeah,
it's almost. Yeah, I just need to color it pink and then it's fine. Yeah, so I don't want to keep yapping about this too much, but yeah, it's actually pretty cool here. And I had a very nice talk also with a friend of our guest from today. I think they know each other pretty well. Dean Little, who works with Zeus and who is also working on Blue Shift. I think he actually also created the whole Turbine program before, if I'm not mistaken. So he's like an OG on Solana. I think that a lot of people know him and also value his opinion, and he's doing a lot of good things for the ecosystem. So I'm pretty bullish. He's a great guy, and he speaks a lot of different languages. So
fun fact.
Yeah, very. Very handsome looking young man who is shipping a lot on Solana and is very kind and supportive. I have seen him talking for hours with people here that ask him questions about everything. And yeah, cool guy.
Right.
I would say that's the most interesting person so far that I've met and talked to.
Yeah, don't fall in love, bro, but that's good. That's good to hear. I like that. Do you know Dean, Benny? Have you seen him around on Twitter? Dean Little? Look him up. He's a chat. He's a really good guy. Dean Little. Doing a lot of good stuff on Solana. So big shout out to Dean. Thanks for being a good person and very good representation of Karma, because he's doing a lot of free shit, a lot of free work, but he's always giving his best, and it always found its way back to him. I think he's pretty successful on Solana with what he does. So yeah, very good example for the concept of karma and just being a good person. Pierre must have been to every Asian country by now.
Yeah, and he also says that I should have told them that I've been in many Hollywood movies. I think that's still because of the Pedro Pascal insider joke now.
Yep, Pedro Pascal. I couldn't even remember the name. I wouldn't have been able to tell you that name right now.
Actually, I know him, but I know him only by name so good because he's the celebrity crush of my girlfriend, actually. So maybe that's the only reason why
you look familiar. That's why you're the boyfriend. Now everything makes sense. I always ask me, like, why Pierre? Now I have the answer. That's good to hear, man. Cool. Thanks, Pierre, for giving us a little wrap up here. I also wanted to share before I dive into the chart real quick and then head over to our guest. Just wanted to share some thoughts that I had, the past week, as I like to do as a founder, and also something Benny probably doesn't hear a lot from me. So
do you have thoughts?
I also have some thought on that. I do think. I use my brain once in a while. Really? And I was thinking, because someone asked me, I had an interview this week with a drop platform, and they asked me, what are the biggest challenges you're facing as a founder, really? And there's like so many answers to your question, because there's like every day is a fucking challenge, right? It's really fucking tough. And you don't do this job if you just want to make money. You do something else with your life. But being a founder, or being someone of the kind of founding team, or even also Benny, like working so closely with us founders, I consider you as well in that circle. I think the biggest struggle really is, in one word, uncertainty. Really, it's the uncertainty of everything, because you're working in a very high risk, volatile environment in tech, especially in crypto. And then if you're a startup founder, you don't know how the future is gonna fucking look like. You just don't know. You don't know. All you can do is do the best you can every single day and show up and believe in something. And we, I think, as a society, kind of lost faith. It's a very philosophical topic right now, and I won't go too deep, but it's pretty obvious that there's like a lack of religion nowadays. People they don't believe anymore, right? In Jesus and God and whatever. But what religion really taught us is faith, right? Have faith in something. Blind faith, believe in something without fucking questioning it. And this uncertainty that you're facing as a founder of, are we going to make it? Are we going to run out of money at some point? Are we going to hit that revenue goal? Are we going to make these deals that we need? Are we going to be able to raise more capital? Are my employees going to leave me because they don't like me anymore? Like all these uncertainties, all these questions, you can't answer them. Like there's no fucking answer to them. So you always have to just fucking accept these things. Like you need to accept the uncertainty, embrace it, and then also believe in the positive outcome that your journey might give you. And if you really believe in it, if you have blind faith, then you don't give up. Because the other question that she gave me in that interview was, did you ever think about giving up? And I was like, no, I don't even have a plan B. Like, what do I do if I give up? I don't know. I don't plan for failure. I don't plan for a plan B. So if failure hits, then I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure it out then. But until then, I have blind faith in our capabilities of making this work. And I think that's a quality as a founder that you really have to embrace and learn, to believe in something positive at the end of the fucking tunnel, right? And if you have that belief, then you show up every single day. Then you don't give up. Then you push for it. So just some thoughts that I had after that interview as well, and after some conversations also with Pierre that I have once in a while, like between us founders. And yeah, just want to share it for people that are potentially in a similar situation, or that want to understand our brains more and why the fuck we're doing what we're doing, it's mostly because we believe in our capability of making this work. Yep, that's pretty much it. You guys agree? Does that resonate with you?
Yeah.
100%.
Sounds good.
I think on the belief side, like, or the uncertainty side of it, for me personally, like I don't have any uncertainty about Solana ID or the product that we have. Like, I think that there's a lot of teams out there, a lot of different products coming out that it's like, are they going to find perfect market fit? Are they going to be able to have a big enough user base? What's really nice about working on Solana ID is that I don't have those thoughts. Like, I don't have to worry about that, because I really do believe that we're doing something unique. No one else is doing it the way that we do it, and there's a clear need for it. The uncertainty that I think is frustrating on my side is that, like you said, the space moves really quickly, and our partners are always doing something and always adding to their dev roadmap. And what next week looks like could be completely different when the week comes, or next month. And trying to adjust our time schedule or adjust, like, everything to kind of have things seamlessly fit together, it's difficult, but that's part of the process. And I have no plan B either. People have asked me, like, oh, what if Solana doesn't work out? What if Solana goes to zero? It's like, fuck, man, I don't know. I'm not worried about that. Like, we'll see if that happens, but for right now, I'm all in.
And that's the mindset you have to have, right? As someone working in crypto, really, you have to have that mindset, because otherwise you're gonna get mentally insane anyway. And if you don't believe in it, and if you don't have that conviction, if you doubt everything, you're gonna die. You're gonna mentally die and break. But that's, I think, super valuable things that we could probably do a whole pod for and talk about this stuff. I'm pretty sure our guest has some thoughts on this as well, but we'll find this out in a bit. Before we do, let's quickly hop to the chart, take a look, because markets have been a bit crazy. So I want to give you guys, as always, as I do, a little bit of comfort by telling you what I think is happening right now without actually knowing what the fuck is happening. So let's take a look at the charts real quick, because we fucking dipped. First of all, we fucking ripped to the upside, because PPI data was like really good for markets. So we did climb up all the way to $210 on Tsunami, which was definitely a milestone. We overshot a little bit what I was expecting we do. I thought we're gonna stop around $200-ish, but we then obviously that little stretch as the markets usually do in crypto. But then we also took a little hit and got quite a sell-off over here, and that sell-off was also nothing that I wouldn't expect, really, because if you look at the chart, then you can tell that we finished the 5 waves up, right? And I've been tracking these 5 waves up since weeks or over now. And what happens after 5 waves up? We go down. We correct, right? We go sideways or down, and we did go down. So it's not really a surprise for me. What is usually a surprise is the depth of the pullback, right? So let's see how deep we go. And right now, it looks good. We're getting a little bit of momentum back actually right now today, but it's not super aggressive. Volumes are not crazy right now. So it's not a confirmation yet that the low is in. Okay, that's basically what my 2 cents are here. We could find our way to this kind of golden ratio of the 0.618 FIB level between this wave 1 from the 2nd of August to basically the high. And then the pullback, the FIB level from this stretch here, which I count as a big wave 1, that is constituted by 5 waves up. That wave 1 pullback in a wave 2 could actually go as far as $167. As long as we hold $167, I'm really confident that we're going to see higher prices. Okay, and we're not going down, we're not going in a bear market or some shit. Some people are starting to call the top of the cycle, like Bitcoin especially. They say, well, it might be the top. There's no single signal that the top is in. Okay, until I don't have clear signal, I would never call it. Right now, I think it's a shakeout. I think people are getting liquidated on the way down.
Sorry, I have to interrupt you, but unless Simon doesn't tell you that there is no top, there is no top. Like Simon decides on when the top is.
Exactly. Believe in something, guys. Believe Simon. Simon says we're running, then we're running. I wish that would be true, by the way. But yeah, right now I check it as an ABC to the down. That could have been it. We hit this 0.5, right, which is in a bull market could be the level that we wanted to see, and we go up from here into basically a third wave from this major count, which could bring us, to $220, $30, $40, $50 in the next leg up. When this is going to happen, I have no idea. Benny, do you have questions? concerns?
Yeah,
from that?
so after we hit 210 and we dipped down to 203, I put in a long and got instantly liquidated. Am I just an idiot for that?
Any what? Any what?
Am I an idiot for that? Like I put a
Ah.
long in after hitting 210
No.
and it would dip down and I was like, oh, we're fucking, this is it. This is it.
Yeah, you're an idiot because you tried to catch the fucking knife. These pullbacks, you need to be aware of the levels, right? Like I knew that the 183 could be a realistic target for that because I was checking that wave count. So if I open any longs, I would open them around the $190 mark to be kind of cautious and leave a long margin up the way down to like $150 ish, right? Like if I have a long margin like that, if I don't get liquidated at 175, if I open a long at 180, right, then I'm cool. Like you just said your margin was too little, so your leverage was too high, and you didn't give it enough time to retrace. Because especially after a red candle like this, a big sell-off like this, what you can do is open a really quick like 5-minute long and try to catch the knife and go out again at the beginning. But there was no confirmation here, and there's still no confirmation now that the low is actually in. But still, this level where we are right now is a level where we could, position ourselves for longs again. What I also like to do is I check the liquidation levels, the heat maps of liquidations, because usually what the price does, it usually seeks these liquidation levels of other long traders or short traders, and it always like these yellow zones. They kind of operate as magnets, right? So what we did was basically, if we zoom out a little bit, we took out a lot of the lower liquidation levels. We just liquidated them all, because down here there were like some liquidation levels, and we took them all out, right? So you see that the major liquidation levels have been taken out right now. So in a bull market, if everything works out, we're not going lower than this, and we're going up again to chase the higher the short people, and we're trying to liquidate them next, right? So that's what I'm thinking right now. Like either we see one more low in the SOL chart, which brings us into this 180, 176 ratio. So that would be basically this scenario here, okay? Like seeking this yellow line. That is the very short-term bear case, and then we go up from there. Or we go directly up now and we crush through these liquidation levels with a little small retrace maybe, and then try to chase the people that get liquidated at $200 for their shorts, right? So I always take a look before any trades at the heat map as well, to see what the liquidations are doing, or if there's more liquidity close to the price right now, that could be the next target, right? The next magnet. So right now it's still a little bit uncertain, but if you have a margin at $150 right now, that should be fine, right? Then you just put a stop loss at like 160, so you don't get completely obliterated if the market really turns, like completely turns against the odds, basically, right? Yep. Doesn't make sense. So yeah, you're an idiot. That was the answer.
Yeah, I think the market makers were hunting my $200 long. I think that's the
That's exactly the reason why I don't trade, Benny, because I'm also always buying high and selling low. I mean, I don't
It happens.
actually trade on a perp stakes or something, but I always buy the top and it goes all the way down.
You guys are the reason why the other people make money. Thanks, guys.
I'm
So
always the extra liquidity for everyone.
Long story short, be safe out there, guys. It's a highly volatile market right now, and it can always turn around really quickly without expectations. But at least I hope I can give some clarity and some, fake certainty about what happens next with my stupid TA here. Cool. I will talk a little bit about Solid later to not extend this first intro section, as we're already 20 minutes in now, 30 minutes. So let's do a quick giveaway, Pierre, and then move on to our guest speaker. Cool?
Yes, sounds good.
All right. Let's do it. Let me pull up the giveaway. Guys, you know the deal, you know the drill, you know how the giveaway works. If you are right now in this stream, if you're one of the couple hundred people that are listening right now live, make sure to put your hands on the keyboard right now, because it's a very simple task. All you have to do to take part in this giveaway is the following. You have 60 seconds time. The timer is starting right now. And I want you to put the word Solidian in the comment section. So all you have to do is put your silly hands on the keyboard and type Solidian, and you could win something. Not so difficult. So go ahead, put Solidian in the comment section, shoot the comment in. Also make sure after you did that to retweet the live stream. Retweet the live stream on Twitter and follow Solana ID next. I'm pretty sure you're already following Solana ID. If you're not following Solana ID, get the fuck out of here, as always. So follow Solana ID next, retweet the live stream, and put Solidian in the comment section. I see a lot of Solidians already flying in. Benny, you're disqualified, but thanks for trying. and we will pick a lucky winner after the next 20 seconds blindly out of the comment section. I'm going to use Pierre again as my lucky fairy. So Pierre, if you could head over to X, open the live stream, go into the comment section, and we have 5 more seconds, guys. Put the word in. That is your ticket to a 1,500 solid win. The winner gets 1,500 solid. Thanks, guys, for spamming the comment box with Solidians and with tweeting that live stream. The time is up. So, Pierre, are you ready? I'm going to give you a countdown, and you can start scrolling. Are you ready,
Yes,
bro?
I am ready.
3, 2, 1. Start scrolling. Stop scrolling.
We have.
Who do we got? Who do we got?
Is it in the StreamYard chat? Let me check. Yeah, he is.
Mr. Step Finance.
He shows up and he instantly wins something. My man. W, one of our friends from Step Finance.
Nice.
W for Oplo for just coming in that live stream and instantly getting 1,500 solid as a win. Oplo, we got your name down. We're noting your name down as a winner, and I'm gonna ask you for your.
Is there some more about the name? What does that mean? Oplo.
I actually have no idea where that name comes from. Bro, explain yourself in the comment section, please. What that name actually means. I actually don't know. If that's your real name, then sorry for that, but I don't believe it's a real. Yeah, I don't think so. But congrats, bro. W for Oplo for winning this first giveaway. Thanks, guys, for participating. As you always know, it's pure luck. It's a gamble. So if you're not the winner today, then that has been decided by fate and Pierre because he stopped scrolling. And we're going to give the win to Oplo after the live stream. So we're just going to ask you for your wallet ID, my man. Congrats. W in the chat for that beautiful giveaway.
Big shout out to their most recent announcement too, the mobile wallet. 1 click to earn. Super exciting. Would love to have them up one of these days on Solid Talk.
Yep. Oplo, you're still invited to Solid Talk to present yourself and Step Finance and what you guys are cooking. They just launched the mobile wallet from Step Finance with tons of great features, and they are one of the Seeker apps in the Seeker App Store. Literally, first name I made for gaming when I was 5. That's usually how it goes. Yeah, I'm happy I don't have my name anymore
for gaming, isn't it?
True, yeah, bro. You started gaming at 5. That's insane. But that's all right.
Athlete.
Yeah, that's not bad. Cool. All right. Let's welcome our guest, Pierre. Are we ready?
Yes. Do we have a screen for 4 people actually? Damn.
I'll find out.
You can take me down. It's okay. I won't take it personally.
I'll see what we can do. Bring him up. Put your nicest smile on and your makeup, and we're ready to roll. Let's remove Benny for a second. And bring this gentleman on. Hello, Eno. Whoa. How did you get here, bro?
Is this a Soul Brothers episode? Where am I?
This is Solid Talk. There's another person in this room right now. Pierre crashed the Soul Brothers pod. No, actually, you crushed the Solid Talk. This is the right way around.
Actually, I think the reason why you're getting Pierre and I confused is because we both have equally good mustaches. Like, clearly, we're in the same level and the same league.
You look very familiar.
How do you like the new style, bro?
I love it. Actually, the first thing I thought when I saw it was like, you absolute motherfucker, because I've been growing this mustache for 2 years. For 2 years. This is all I got after 2 years.
Really?
And then you just I mean, you can't even see
Look
it.
at him laughing.
Like, you can't even see them when I go far enough, you can't see the mustache, right?
And I can still see it. I can see
and if okay, this is a family show, so I'll try not to curse too much, but you jerk.
Right.
But when I saw your mustache,
10 seconds.
I was like, bro, we have to get this guy in the mustache now. We're completely full right now. There's only 69 slots, but like people do drop out because we shave some people every once in a while, especially if they get rid of their mustaches. But if you're willing to do the mustache life for a long-term commitment, then I'm willing to go to bat for you and try to get you in.
Yeah, let's do it. I actually I'm not allowed to shave it anymore because my girlfriend loves it, so I have to stick with it.
You look really good. You look really good, man.
He's gonna.
We would try to get We would try to get Simon in, but he's in Beard DAO. We can't. There's no beards in Mustache DAO. That's not.
Maybe one
not
day.
okay.
Maybe one
He's
day.
already in too many DAOs. He's in the Shisha DAO and the
Simon DAO as
Bulgarian DAO
I
and
have a
the
Simon DAO.
I squat 200 kilos DAO and I don't
Lucid
know,
Drakes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lots of communities.
I mean,
but
he's
yeah,
in a lot of.
Mustache, yeah.
Yeah, he's Simon's in a lot of cool DAOs, but I think out of all the different groups that he's in, personally, I respect Lucid Drakes the most. Like Dan does such a wonderful job, running that community. But enough about mustaches and communities and all that. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing well?
We're good. Not too bad as always. I mean, bro, I just saw you like a couple hours ago, so let's not joke around. But we're good. Pierre's also pretty good. I mean, he had a little bit of drama today, family stuff. So he'll take care of that actually right now. So I'll allow Pierre to leave a little bit earlier today. Pierre, so I think if you want, we can send you backstage. You can hang around a little bit, and then you can just tune out whenever you are. And I'll bring Benny back on.
It seems like Pierre wants to hang out a little bit.
I mean, Pierre, if you want to stick around a little bit.
I would love to stay longer. I just have to catch a very early flight because there's like a family emergency going on. I still need to pack my stuff. Maybe I hang around backstage, and before I go to bed, I say goodbye again.
I think the last time I saw Pierre was over in Da Nang, actually, if I'm not mistaken. And Sam, you fucking relax, all right? But like, don't worry about other people's girls. Get your own. Okay, why are you commenting other people's women? All right, relax.
He means it well. It's well intentioned. Sam, thank you so much.
Thanks, Sam. Thanks.
Yeah,
I think the reason why he knows that so well is because he's following me on Instagram actually, and sometimes he sees some private stories.
Yep. Private, right? Instagram is not private, bro. But yeah,
that's because my account is private. Not everyone can see it. Yeah.
Oh, true. Okay. Mine's not. So he's sometimes there's like some random Instagram pictures that sneak on Twitter. Someone just screenshots them and posts them there.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? This doesn't belong here.
I guess before Pierre goes, I just want to tell everybody that I fucking think that Pierre is one of the most beautiful human beings in the world. He's got a really kind soul, and I think the one thing that I find most impressive about Pierre is the willingness to improve, right? And just like constantly to like a lot of people are missing that chip in their brain. For self-reflection, and Pierre is many things, including this ability to self-reflect. And again, it's a very rare skill. So it's good when you see someone that's able to cultivate that. And in addition to that, he's very handsome. So we can't knock that.
Okay, enough now. Enough of that, Pierre. I'm gonna fucking send you away now. That's enough.
Thank you so much. There's a Filipino word for that. You made me feel very kilik right now.
Kilik.
Kilik, like the Filipino term for blushing.
Okay. Yeah, same. Yeah,
Kilik.
Pierre's blushing. Cute. Okay. Now get the fuck out of here, Pierre. Thanks for
Thank you for being so kind.
Thanks for
tell your lady friend that the wife and I say hi. Obviously, the Yvonne and I are always wishing you well, and hope you two are okay, and safe travels to wherever you go next.
Thank you.
Love you, brother.
Love you too.
Okay.
Bye-bye. And thanks for joining, man. Appreciate it.
Of course. Can we get Betty back on here?
Betty! What are you laughing at, bro?
I just appreciate excitement to see me.
I do. I fucking love Benny, dude.
Okay.
Like, I just feel like I'm just getting on this stream to glaze, I suppose. But
can
Benny
you
is all
more, please? Like just for the balance. Can you say something negative?
Yeah, I gotta lose some fucking weight, dude. Like I've really let myself go. I need to get on a treadmill and maybe eat a salad or two.
I'm your guy, bro. I got you. Whenever you need some fitness advice, I'm there.
Okay. So the thing is that I feel like at this particular moment, and this doesn't really happen ever on a stream, but we have two vices here. Simon has a shisha, and I have my soju. And I'll be honest with you, it's 11:30 p.m. on a Saturday, so I'm gonna do my thing. But this is again a family show. But I am chilling today.
It's not. That's all right, bro. We appreciate you coming on, especially that late. I told you in DMs that I don't expect you to come, but showed up. He was like, "No, fuck that. Of course I come."
Dude, of course I come. Yeah. Dude, this is the 50th episode of Solid Talk. Like,
it is.
This
50
is
weeks, bro. 50 weeks.
I think that honestly, if I'm being objective here, probably the only other call that has such a rich tradition is probably the Solana ecosystem call, the Jupiter ecosystem call as well, and even Soul Brothers is not on your level. No, but no, Sanctum.
Hall is up there.
No. Oh, actually, no, you're right. Monkey DAO Town Hall is definitely top 3. Actually, even longer than Jupiter in the Solana ecosystem call is the Monkey DAO Town Hall. That's true.
Yeah.
But as it pertains to Sanctum, it's like we're only on our 20th episode. We'll never catch up to you guys. So yeah, no, this is. I think people underestimate just how much work these types of streams do. People go like, you just like, hop on a stream, turn on the camera. It's like, no, bro. It's like there's actually a lot of pre-planning and thought that goes into each one of these streams. And another thing that goes super underappreciated is that there are so many fucking ruggers and grifters. I'm sorry, I've had a couple of sodas. But there's so many grifters in this space. Like even the story, and I'll name names here. The Story Protocol founder, right? Spent 3.5 years building out that protocol and TGE'd 6 months ago, and then just had a tweet this today saying like, well, I'm moving on from Story to work on. I'm like, bro, you just TGE'd 6 months ago. TGE is actually when your work starts. That's the work. That's where the work. That's disrespect. I mean, I see all these congratulation comments under his post, and I'm like, are you guys dumb? Like this guy, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think he worked hard. I don't know anything about this person. I don't mean anything. I'd love to get to know him a little bit better. But it's just like this whole idea of like, I worked for 3.5 years on this project means nothing to me. It's like you TGE'd 6 months ago, and now you're leaving. No, it's like, what are you talking about? Like
I mean,
that just looks.
The dynamic between me and guys, just for like usually he says something spicy and then I balance it out with some nice talk, so that's how we kind of balance each other. So what I wouldn't say now is we never know the actual behind the curtain story. We don't know what happens in his life. Like maybe something
see the difference here in this particular situation is I'm right and you're wrong. So you can't leave your project unless something blew up, okay? But like you cannot leave you have an ethical responsibility to your community to stay on. I'm being serious. Like once you launch a token, that's for life, bro. Like, for life is a bit extreme, but like my point is that like that's a long-term commitment and certainly more than 6 months, okay? And so the larger point that I'm trying to make here is that this is the 50th Solid Talk, and that is something that should be celebrated and acknowledged, and people should not take that lightly. That there's a founder, a group of founders as well as Benny and the entire team that are really grinding on Solana ID, and it's a shame that in this space like that's not. Like there are people doing really honest work here, and they're just not paying attention to it. Is my point.
Fair point. Yeah, I mean, we definitely have some history now. I see in the comments, Foodle said 50. That is half a century of Solid Talks. I mean, your math is slightly wrong there, but I get what you're saying.
I like Foodle.
It is a lot of Solid Talks. We love Foodle. He's a chat. We have so many. That's one thing that I appreciate as well a lot. We have so many community members that actually really show up every single fucking week, like us. Like since 50 weeks, and they always come. And I love that. I love that about the community. I always wanted to have that, like a space like this, like a live stream like this, that I can do every single week, and I know the community is going to show up, and we're going to have some some fun together, and have a good time. And I'm really happy that we created that. So What else I'm happy about is that is one of these guys that you can invite to a stream, and you get him in, and you don't have to prepare anything. We just did like 10-20 minutes of talking I didn't do anything. He just went for it. Like I could stop it here and I could say goodbye to and there would be no single preparation time for me involved because he just took over. That's why you should invite people to your streams, that you actually know they can they have something to say.
There's another way to phrase that. It's all like won't shut the hell up. It's just you just get him on the stream and he's just fucking yapping the entire time.
That's your job, though. It's kind of your job. It's literally your job.
Chief Vibe Officer.
Exactly.
I
MC.
mean,
You know, like
I
you get paid to talk, bro.
there's not a lot of things that I'm particularly proud of, but the one thing that I know that I can do is to bring the energy up in a room, right? Whether it be virtual or IRL. And I it's just about I really resonated with what you were talking about earlier, which is that you know, in the old world we had institutions, let's call them, right? That gave people something to believe in. And I've had this conversation before with some of my friends over in Korea who have moved there, and we almost find sometimes that our friends back home are happier. And the reason for that, even though we live a more exciting life and like more Instagrammable and like everything looks so flashy, truly the people who are back home and are still attending church and like have like a regular rhythm to their life, like some people might denigrate it and say that it's too predictable or boring. But on the other hand, they have institutions and structures and a set of beliefs that give them comfort about, you know, how life will turn out. And truly because they live and I want to like, I think we glorify the startup life a little bit too much. The startup life is a choice based on your preferences as a human being. It is not superior or worse than anyone else's choice, right? And so other people who live, like, let's say, like they just go the normal career path, and like they go to the church or mosque or temple or wherever the hell it is that they go, and then they just spend all day with their family and taking their kids to Little League and making sure that everything's okay at school. Like, I tend to find that these people are largely more, as long as they don't have too much financial stress, they actually are happier, right? And so, like, this path that we take, especially in crypto, startups are already hard, but crypto especially is like leverage on the startup life, right? Is particularly hard. And at the end of the day, the founders who really make it are the ones who ask the highest quality questions, not only of themselves and their character, but also what's wrong with their business. And I think that's the thing that I was missing as a founder before I joined Sanctum, and what I've learned from FP and all the other co-founders is this is the 4th biggest protocol on Solana and the 22nd biggest protocol in all of crypto, securing more than like $2.5 billion worth of assets. And they are never happy. And I know that might sound like a little depressing, like, oh my God, does it ever get better? But I'm not fixated on the happiness part. It's more like they're always critical of themselves. Yeah. Yes. And they're going like, like they have 2.5 billion and like with a B. And they're still like, but this is crap. And this is crap. And this is crap. And like, it's just this constant like whack-a-mole of trying to fix all the different problems, but that's precisely what makes them killer founders, right? And so there's this one Tim Ferriss quote that I'll end with that I really love, which is, the quality of your life is determined by the quality of your questions. And oftentimes there's like 2 mistakes that people make. Number one, the questions that they ask themselves and the questions they ask of their startups are shit. They're not asking the right questions, right? And number 2, even if they do know what questions, even if they do identify the right questions, they don't move fast enough to resolve the answer to that question. And that is a founder trait that I've seen at the highest levels, from Meow to FP to even like Boofalu, Lucas over at Jito. I mean, like, they're always asking themselves the hard questions, personally or in terms of the business, and that really differentiates, you know, the upper echelon from everybody else. And we're just all trying to figure it out.
Exactly. So much truth in that. And it takes a toll, right? There's a price you pay for that lifestyle, which is continuous discontentment. And it can be that is the stress that this job gives you. And if you find a way to deal with it, perfect. And my way to deal with it is what I said earlier, the belief in a positive outcome. That is the single most important thing that keeps you going, honestly. Like a true belief in that.
Actually, this is something that so I moved out of, like, so I was born and raised in America, but I left the U.S. when I was 20, and now I'm 34. So I've been abroad for 14 years, and I used to get in a lot of arguments with Europeans and Asians and people from just all around the world about, like, I do believe in American exceptionalism. And, you know, when people hear the term American exceptionalism, they get triggered. They go like, what, you think you're better than me? I'm like, no, I don't think I'm better than you. But can we not at least admit that objectively America has created some of the best companies in the world consistently? And it's not just like a fluke. It is like a repeatable pattern of American founders, American businesses, like innovation, all pushed out of America, right?
Yeah.
And so like I struggled for a very long time to articulate why that is. And what I found is that on average, your average American founder has insane amounts of unearned confidence. And at first glance, you might say unearned confidence, like that's a very unattractive trait in a human being. But actually, it is precisely that quality that makes American founders, I think, a cut above the rest. Because no offense to our friends in Europe, but they tend to be a little bit more negative towards life. Even people who are starting out their own businesses, they think like, this isn't going to work. The government is after me. Yeah, very conservative, right? Whereas like you have your average idiot American founder going like, I can do it. I can build a rocket ship. And it's like, do you have a degree in aerospace engineering? No. Do you know anything about material science? No. Do you know anything about booster technology? No. And yet we build SpaceX. Stuff like this, right? It's like just this feeling of I can do it. But by the way, that unearned confidence is a prerequisite to even trying things. So if you don't have this base belief that you can just do it, that is based in nothing, right? Then you won't even do the things that are required to succeed. And that is the blocker, I think, for most founders around the world outside of America, which is that they don't actually believe on a base level they can do it without the requisite experience. I mean, there are even people that I meet that are starting YouTube channels, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't interview that person until I get XYZ experience under my belt. And it's like, bro, it's like, just shoot your shot. Shut the hell up.
Yeah.
And I am guilty of that, by the way. Like Simon will tell you that I have shot down many interviews for various reasons, but at the end of the day, it comes down to being a chicken shit. And so the people that really make it are people, and this is interestingly, even though I'm the American and Simon is the German, I often actually ask Simon for advice for like how to get over myself and get over this mental hurdle of like, well, I need XYZ conditions to be true before I can attempt the thing. And it's like, no, motherfucker, just attempt the thing. So sorry for rambling there, but I just really resonated with this point that you were making about religion, which I think spills into a larger discussion of like self-belief and what it takes to succeed.
you should write a fucking tweet with this content, because it's something people should hear actually. And it's I'm saying this not because I think so. People think so, right? Like, great words. Hector, definitely right. SBF did not ask the right questions. Also, definitely right. good point, Poodle. And Oplo says, life would be boring without crypto. We can't go back. We just can't. There is no fucking plan B. So it's true. And even though I'm German by birth, I lost my Germanness probably after 10 years of living abroad and traveling. You know, I'm pretty nation agnostic when it comes to value sets and all that kind of stuff. I keep the good things that I got from my German childhood in me, and I got rid of all the bad ones. And that's how I walk through life. Because there's a few good qualities as well that Germans have. But I'm very agnostic to nations and so on. We do have a true American in here as well, besides you, which is Benny. do you agree with these words from Benny? Like, especially
100%.
about American founders and American exceptionalism, and
I think
feel good, no?
Yeah, I'm not a founder myself, but I think that in order to be great, you have to be at least a little delusional, right? Like, in order to really try to do something insane, like that most of the time doesn't really make sense. You have to convince yourself that you can do it, and then you go for it. And especially when there's a lot of people around you that may not necessarily believe. I do think on the growth side, one thing that you mentioned, that I really resonated with is like, sometimes we want everything to be perfect before we go on to that next step. And one thing that I've gotten better at being on Solana ID team is like, we don't have to have everything perfect. Like, we can shoot our shot with the big dogs and like see if they're open to a collaboration, to a partnership, a perk a campaign, display campaign, whatever it may be. And sometimes it actually pays off. Like, yeah, of course we get a lot of no's, and like we're not at the stage that we need to be at to work with some of these teams. But like MetaMask is one too, where even when I was talking to Simon about it, he was like a little hesitant. He was like, I don't know if we're gonna be able to pull that off. But I was convinced. I knew we could set up like a certain agreement, certain partnership setup that would just make sense across the board. And yeah, that resonated with me at least.
I mean, I gotta say, like, I've been in Solana way longer than Simon. Okay, like that's just objectively true, right? Here's also another objective fact. How many interviews have I done? 0. How many interviews has Simon done with fucking Mert, with Cash, with Farhaj, with the Jakey, with Solana Sensei? That's 5 right there. And there's more. But the point that I'm trying to make is that Simon shot his shot with less experience than me and less, and Simon, please don't take this offensively, less connections. I have more connections than you. That is objectively true.
Fuck you.
Sorry. But it's true. It's true, right?
It's true. It's
But
very true.
the difference between Simon and myself is that he has fucking balls, right? So he'll just go and ask the fucking thing that actually matters, which is that, like, look, you have opinions that matter, and we have an audience. Would you like to contact that audience? And you know, everyone says yes, right? It doesn't help. It also helps that Simon is a beautiful man with great muscles, and people are afraid that he's going to beat him up if they say no. But which is untrue. Like, Simon is probably the least aggressive. I mean, he's aggressive in the right ways, but not aggressive in the way that most people might.
I don't
assume.
beat people up.
No. And I don't know if you've ever read Schwarzenegger's biography, Simon, but I
did.
Okay. You remind me so much of him. I mean, both physically, but also like in terms of just like.
I appreciate that. It's a big shot, but
I'm being serious. Like, and the one thing that you pick up from Schwarzenegger's biography is this sense that he is spiritually American in the way that matters, which is that
100%.
I believe, and like
yes.
And that's what makes America. And I hate to make this a pro-America podcast because like there are a lot of shit. There's a lot of things about America that I just cannot stand right now. But the one saving grace for America is that anybody can be an American, right? And that is not true for being a Korean. And I can speak to this as a Korean. It's like not everybody can be a Korean for very obvious reasons. Not everybody can be Japanese, and not even everybody can be German in the way that, you know, Germans might think. That anybody can be American, and it really boils down to this attitude, right? Of I can fucking do it, right? And if it wasn't for the bravery of my parents moving to this country, I mean, I'm not in America right now, but moving to the USA, you know, I wouldn't have these cultural values. So yeah, I don't, but like, I'm not trying to use America as a proxy for, like, you don't have to actually be American to succeed, but you can learn from the specific value set and just take what you like. You can discard everything else. The one thing you got to learn is this idea of unearned confidence, and that I can, right? And what's going to help you on your journey again is to ask the right questions and to act on those questions as quickly as you can. You know, to try to find the answer to those questions, and the faster that you can iterate on that, the more successful you'll be. But yeah, we have a long way to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is actually a very good. That's a very good conversation that we're having here right now, because Solana ID today is a result of the values that we tried to install in this business since day one. Basically, since we did the rebrand from DSID to Solana ID. And the reason why I pulled up Eno today as well is not only because he's a very valuable friend, obviously, as you guys all know, and he's just talented at Yapping, but also because he saw it since day 0. He saw me basically coming out of nowhere, literally nowhere, with nothing, to the Solana Founders Villa in Dubai. And that's where it all began. Like, the conversations I had with Eno were one of the first conversations I ever had with Solana founders, period. Let that sink in, right? Like, one of the first people I met that have been building on Solana, built a career on Solana, had their own project on Solana. Eno was literally one of the first people that I ever met, and literally one of the people that sparked this desire in me to build on Solana. So you're a great ambassador for the ecosystem, you know, because you're bringing good people in. That is definitely a W you can put on your own, you know, on your own resume, because that takes actually a lot to convince someone to literally shift the whole strategy towards Solana. And I'm not saying you're the single important person that made that happen, but you've been a very important puzzle piece of that decision. And that's definitely something that you can be proud of as well, right? Because
What were the
without you guys?
What were the questions that you were asking yourself around that time to even entertain the idea of a switch? Because it is quite rare for a founder to like hop a chain. It is a huge decision, right? So I'm just genuinely wondering, like, what was going on through, like, So guys, the weird thing is that I've known Simon for like a year and a half, and we're really good friends, but there's still a lot of topics that we have not talked about or broached. So specifically, the question I have is like, what were you thinking at that time? What was it like for you? What headspace?
That is a very good. Oh, hi Pierre. That is a very good. That is a very good segue actually into something I wanted to share anyway, which is, for example, this little tweet that Eno probably don't know, doesn't know, and also Benny probably doesn't know. Solana ID posted on the 22nd of November 2023, guys, right? This it's been a while. We posted, now it's time to claim $10 for minting your score. Minting your score, whatever the fuck that means. Head over to app.digitalsocial.id. Don't go there, it doesn't exist. Connect to create your Concordium wallet and MetaMask. Mint your credit score and soul-bound NFT for free. Claim your rewards and microloan if eligible. We've been fucking tinkering around, and we asked the question that I asked myself was, what the fuck am I doing? What problem am I really solving? And who am I serving in this world with the company that I've been building? And the answer was, that was literally the answer. And that couldn't be it, right? I was like, okay, this product right now doesn't work on a lot of levels. There's no product market fit with the actual product. There's no ecosystem product fit between Concordium, where we built on. Huge shout out to the team. They've been really supportive in the early stages, but there was just no one there to use our application, and no business to work with really that has traction on that chain. So we came out of this really valley of despair.
Simon, sorry, I just need to interrupt you quickly before I go, because I just saw this and I had to laugh so loud when I see that crappy UI, because you remember who the fuck designed that on Figma?
Who designed that?
It was me, because we didn't have a designer back then.
Oh, you're UI UX designer now.
Yeah, so
back then you've been even worse than you are today at this. And even today you're not an expert at UI. So I just shout out to you for designing this.
It's fucking ugly, but okay. Bye guys. Sorry, Benny.
Do you see how Pierre is as red as a tomato? Are you okay, buddy?
He's probably ashamed. He's ashamed of what we've been launching. This was his post. He posted this. He designed it.
Actually, no. So, quick pause. The reason why you guys should be very bullish on this is a founder who is going out of his own lane to make things happen. Okay. Because in so many situations, founders just go like, that's not my department. But like Pierre is doing the janitor work or whatever is necessary in order to ship, right? And that's not even Pierre's discipline. So like bullish on Pierre.
Yep. And I have a second piece of lore. Eno, do you want to stick around for a few more minutes, or do you want to head to bed? Just give me.
Oh no, I'm so tired. See you later.
No, of course. It's midnight. Okay. So, because the next piece of lore, Pierre, I'm gonna put Benny here. Benny, you don't know this as well, right? Like you've never seen this. No. Sorry for exposing this right now to the world, but it's it's in the internet and it's where we came from. It's one of the first things we've been building, and then time moved on. I met Eno. I met a lot of other chats. We did the pivot. We moved on to Solana. We rebranded ourselves to Solana ID, and we shipped one of our first social media kind of stunts, literally stunts, with this little piece, which was the end of the Priority Pass campaign. A very successful growth campaign that we did pre-TG, pre-product, where we launched basically the Priority Pass as a pre-sequel to the actual Solana ID. So people with the priority pass got early access, airdrops, and a few other perks by holding that pass. And we got 20,000 signups in a very short period of time. A lot of traction on these posts as well, as you can see. One of maybe the most successful video was exactly this, the announcement of the ending of the priority pass campaign. And from there, we moved on, and the priority pass, like I said, was like pretty successful. And we then really quickly recognized the fact that it is time to launch, our token, right? So the next big event on our timeline was the Solid token. So there was the TGE moment. Talked about it earlier as well with Story Protocol. One of the biggest milestones you can have as a crypto project if you decide to launch a token. Another very successful post, another good thread where we first time in history explained what the token actually entails. There was still pre-TG really, and it led to a very successful public sale on BorgPad where we sold out in like 15 minutes because of technical difficulties. Otherwise, it would have been much quicker. And we raised our public round capital for liquidity pool seeding. Again, very successful post and initiative that we pushed back then. And that was the beginning of the journey, because token went live. We took the responsibility of, making this thing successful, and that is still our main priority right now. Make this company valuable and make it so valuable that we can bring back value into the token. Was it a good decision to launch Solid, the token, as a founder? Should we have waited? What's your opinion on like TGEs like that because we've been super early. Like we didn't have a product back then. Our valuation was quite low. We could have pushed the token launch much further in the future, launch at a very much higher valuation, make bigger splash, launch on some exchanges. We did like a, public sale, no exchange listings, low FTV, community in early, no product live yet. And we went out in December last year with Solid.
So you're asking if it was a mistake, or like if it should have done it later or something? No.
Well,
I mean,
yeah. What's your take on the? Yeah.
No, I mean, so no launch. Give me a single launch that was perfect in any aspect. Like it just doesn't happen. Like as a founder, you're working in absence of information, and so like you're asking yourself a bunch of questions like leading up into the TGE, but like based on the information that you have at this time, you're constantly doing two things. Number one, how do I maximize my upside without not your upside personally. What I meant by that specifically is like, how do I make sure that this is the most successful launch possible? But like also, what are the bad things that can happen? Because bad things will happen, right? And it's just like, you don't know how things will play out, right? But the real work is the fundamentals. And I think the question about timing, like when to launch, only matters if you're a short-term founder. If you're a short-term founder, then optimizing for when you launch is very important, because your goal is to extract as much value as possible and fuck off, right? Like that's what you do if you only think the short-term. But if you're thinking long-term, actually, seriously, it does not frickin' matter, right? Now, in this industry, it's so easy to get caught up in the short-term mindset of everybody, right? But there are a few teams, and there are very few, who are principled. And if you're principled, that means you have a long enough time horizon. And if you have a long enough time horizon, it does not matter when you launched. Now, certainly, if you launched right when FTX crashed,
unlucky.
Sorry. That is God telling you to relaunch.
Yep. Timing matters, but you can't control it. So that was also what drove us to launch so early, because we were like, fuck it. We don't want to delay. We never wanted to delay. We said we're going to launch in 2024. So we fucking launched in 2024. Why would we delay because of some fucking unknown reasons? There's no perfect time to launch a token, right? Everything that matters is what you do after it.
Hey, Benny, how much do you know about MarginFi?
A lot. A good amount, actually. Yeah. I'm farming their points for way too long, let me tell you.
Okay. There's a couple of things in life that are useless. One is my dick, and the second is MarginFi points. Okay? Like my point.
Okay.
No. But like all jokes aside, like Benny, like the worst case scenario, like the most fumbled TGE in history, Solana history, is MarginFi. MarginFi, like everyone talks about Camino right now, right? As the most, the biggest money market on Solana. But if we're being really honest, like that was not the case 2 years ago. Like 2 years ago, MarginFi was on top, so, like with over $1 billion over $1 billion in deposits, competing against Solend, which rebranded to Save. But it was neck and neck between those two, both securing over $1 billion in deposits, right? And Camino was just like this tiny little protocol that nobody was paying any attention to, honestly. And no offense to the Camino team, like, but at the time they were nobodies, right? And now Camino's on top, right? But my point is that they had MarginFi has been running a point system for more than 2 years. Go fuck yourself. Nobody gives a shit, about your 2-year point system. And McBrennan, I've never met you in real life. Actually, I think I have. But your point system fucking sucks. It's retarded. It doesn't make sense. So Simon, this is what happens when you delay your TGE for way too long, right? And so, I think you made the right move. Better to fucking launch. I mean, look, weigh your options, and you did that, right? So as long as you do that prerequisite amount of thinking, that's fine. And the dice, I mean, who knew that Solana would be in the position that it would be today? I mean, nobody, actually. This is all guesswork. But we were right, but it was guesswork. Like, we're not smart, we're just lucky in some sense.
So just a few words from Pierre before he left right now that I wanted to throw at Eno, because I want him to take these words seriously. He said, "Friends, I love the talk. Eno, you're a very wise motherfucker. I love you, and I wish you a great night. Enjoy your soju. I'm leaving now, guys. Simon the Quest is prepared and live with the post." So, guys, we're going to do the participation NFT in a bit. I want to have maybe 2 more posts from the Solana ID lore, and then we finish the section. Eno can go, and we'll move on to the participation NFT. But I have like a few more lore moments that I wanted to throw in here of Solana ID lore and backstory as well. And after the solid launch, token launch, it took us maybe 1-2 months maximum. So this post went out in January 18th, and we announced one of our biggest product launches as well, which was the eligibility checker and allocation checker for the first and so far only solid airdrop that we did, which was quite successful. And obviously the post as well, got a lot of reach, and a lot of great people kind of saw it and acknowledged the fact that we included them in the airdrop campaign. And it was a very special moment for us to launch this. And the airdrop campaign actually lasted for like 3 months-ish, because we gave people the option to lock their allocation for more incentives in the future. And the vast majority of people actually did that because they believed in it, and they waited for 3 months to cash out a few more solid tokens, and lots of them also kept holding on them. So we only had a small price impact at the actual kind of solid airdrop that went down in April later. So again, piece of Solana ID lore, the first solid airdrop that we ever did, and again, I think it was a quite successful campaign. But we did more than just token announcements. One thing that I don't even know if Eno is aware of that, but have you seen what we did back then with the Solidian Comic? Do you remember this, Eno? Have you ever seen it?
No, I have not.
So this
is with DKS.
No, we did it together with D-Reader, and we did a full-blown Solana ID comic, like a 12-page long comic with graphics and storyboard and so on. Everything designed by our artist, by Sigmund, who's doing our participation NFTs every single week and all our artworks. And you can see the designs of the comic. We minted out. Eventually, we minted out. But the piece of lore I want to share here is that we broke the D-Reader backend at least 3 times because too many people tried to mint the comic. So I would say, again, if you break systems in crypto, success. Definitely, because there was a W, because so many people wanted to get their hands on the NFT for the comic, and it was simply purely a collectible. There was no incentives that we communicated back then for holding it. Literally, like, because it's a fucking comic. Like, if you go to a comic store and you buy a comic, you don't ask when airdrop, right? You just buy it because you want to collect it. And we didn't communicate any incentives, and still our community showed up, crashed the fucking site 3 times. And after a few weeks, we managed to have a successful mint of the comic, and it played out really nice. So, just want to share this as well, especially, if you haven't seen it, the Solidian Comic. It's just a fun thing. It has nothing to do with our product, but it was part of the brand, and we're actually thinking of working on a second edition of that right now. We're tinkering something right now, let's say, in the back that is related to the comic that we'll ship probably this year as well. So another really cool piece of Solana ID lore. And then to top it up, to close it off, the last, let's say, biggest announcement that we had was the following, and you guys remember, remembers as well, because you've been part of this, which is this one. This is Eno, and he was a guest actor in our Solana ID.
Am I wearing the same shirt? Fuck.
Do you? I think you do.
No, it's a different shirt. It's a different shirt.
Oh, okay.
Well,
It's a different shirt.
No, you cannot go in. You have to pay for that.
You have to
Really?
pay for that. Really?
Yeah. Why?
And then look how he sneaks out of the
If you hold
picture.
a solid priority pass, you
Awesome.
can actually enter
Very good
Solana
acting.
ID beta
So-
now for free. If you don't have a solid
Yeah. so this was the Solana ID beta launch, definitely one of the most important milestones, if not the most important milestone, because we actually launched our fucking product for the first time, where we since then signed up more than 10,000 people to hold a Solana ID, use the product, get perks on Solana from every single corner of the Solana ecosystem. And now we're here. Now we're here in August 2025 with much more interesting announcements in the next couple of months, because we're building some really exciting products right now that we're going to launch that I can't really elaborate on right now, but you guys know it. It's the portal, the B2B manager to set up campaigns for businesses, similar to Facebook Manager, where you can do ads on Facebook. We're building something where you can actually set up your own perk campaigns using Solana ID and track conversions. The first time in history that you can actually track the efficiency of your marketing budget in crypto with numbers, where you can actually say, okay, I spent 1K and I got back, 5K from the ad campaign. Not like KOLs, not like event sponsorships and so on, which should be part of the marketing mix, but shouldn't be the holy grail of your marketing, because performance marketing has been working out really well in Web 2. Why the fuck are we not doing it better in Web 3? And with Solana ID, we do. Thoughts, comments, remarks, guys, because that was basically the round show from the whole journey. Obviously, a lot of other shit happened in between, but we don't want to prolong this too long. But yeah, really fucking emotional journey so far, and really looking forward for the next things, because momentum is building up, and momentum is one of the most important things you need as a startup, because that's when the hard work of months or even years actually pays off. Very asymmetric return that you have to accept as a founder, as a startup, and it comes with momentum, and we're inching up on the momentum curve. Let's put it that way. Cool. With that being said, love you, brother. Thank you so much for coming on today. That was actually really good. Perfect guest for today. And your words definitely mean something. I think our community hopefully also enjoyed the little talk we had. We'll send you to bed, my friend, or whatever the fuck you want to do. Have some more sodas.
If my words mean something, can I say one last thing?
Yes, they do.
Okay. Wherever you are all around the world, I believe in you. And also, never listen to me. I am a fucking retard.
What a closing remark. What an style closing remark. So iconic. Thanks, we love you. Thank you so much for coming on. Really means a lot. And I think, guys, give a W to send your remarks and hearts out to him, and let's send him to bed. Thank you so much for jumping on today, You have a good night. We'll see each other very soon, actually, in person. So looking forward to that. And we'll continue the show, guys. So don't go anywhere. We're not done yet. So you can stay with us for the last bit of today's Solid Talk. Thanks,
Love you, Simon. Love you, Benny. Adios.
See ya.
See you, brother. All right, guys. Let me get my little co-host for tonight ready. Benny, you're all I have now. You're all I got. Last man
Happy to
standing.
be here, my friend.
Awesome. We do have to do the participation NFT. So if you're in the Solid Talk right now, don't go now, because now is the time to mint your participation NFT of today, which is a unique artwork that you only get from attending Solid Talk number 50. You can collect it, put it in your wallet. It gives you a little small karma boost for the karma campaign in your Solana ID Hub. And first and foremost, it is a artwork specifically crafted for today's live stream. So, sorry for that. So let me give you guys the instructions how to get that. I lost the assets. Let me see if I still have them. Oh, I think when Pierre left the room. Okay, then we do it this way. All you have to do, guys, is go on talk.solana.id. Okay, so if you're right now in this live stream, then head over to talk.solana.id. I do not have the QR code for you as normally, because Pierre left, and with him the assets left as well, the chat. But if you go to talk.solana.id, you can use the secret code growth, which you will need to claim the participation NFT. And I'm also going to show you how it looks like. Let me just download it real quick and get it on the stage. While I do that, you can already head over there.
I love it, by the way. Sig absolutely killed it. Sig always, I think, is always surprises. Like I think every time I think he's done like his best work, he does something even better. So it's love to see it.
Same bro. So here we got the participation NFT of today, our Solidian hero in whatever situation he's in right now, but he's giving it all. He's surviving, our hero, always survives. So if you want to claim this NFT today, the participation NFT of Solid Talk number 50, then head over to talk.solana.id, select the Solid Talk number 50, and put in the secret word, which is simply growth. After that, all you have to do is give us the wallet ID that you want this participation NFT to be sent to, and we're going to airdrop it into your wallet in the next days. And then you also have to head over to Twitter and make sure to also retweet our post that is linked in the form, reply to it, copy the reply link, and insert it in the I'm doing it right now actually, insert it in the form as well. And then you have to like the post as well. So retweet, like, make a comment, copy the comment link, and insert it into the form. I'm doing it right now live with you guys as well here, because I want that NFT and I don't get my hands on them otherwise, because Pierre never allows me to get them without claiming. So I claimed it. It works. So talk.solana.id, secret word is growth, and this will help you to get this week's participation NFT, which is a beauty, as Benny already correctly stated. So guys, you got it. This is the 50. Okay, so you have to collect the 50, the 50. The actual NFT will also entail obviously the text on today's date and the number of today's stream. Cool. Very happy with that one, and also happy you like it. What do we rate it? What rating do you give the NFT? 1 to 10?
10 out of 10, man. I mean, that fires me up. I love it.
Hell yeah. You're the man. I think Sig loves you because you always give you're the guy who gives him the most comments, the most positive compliments. But he needs them. He's such a sick designer. That's no pun intended. He's a really good designer. Actually, not a designer, an artist. One time we gave him we told him that we left a prompt in the design for the artwork, and he was like, "Fuck you! Don't use that word. You can't say prompt to me. I'm not an AI." And he was so triggered because we used the word prompt, and he thought we talked to him like an AI. I think he doesn't like AI because he's a true fucking old school artist that draws with his fucking pen on his tablet. And he always crafts these 10 out of 10 artworks. So I'm really happy to have them. But Benny, the post that we told people to repost for this participation NFT is actually a post that we posted right now, shortly before or during the live stream. And this post is about the Perk Pitch. So I'm gonna share the screen, and maybe you can explain to the community right now what the Solana ID Perk Pitch is about, because it is, I believe it is an incentive campaign that we're launching right now for 1 week, where people can start to participate in. And what is it about, Benny?
Yes, sir. So big shout out to Cyberbroda, because he was the one that actually had this idea. Essentially, a lot of the time we get a lot of recommendations of different projects that users or our community members want to see perks from. And different types of perks that they want to see in general. And so the perk pitch is essentially an opportunity for all these users, all these community members that have been suggesting ideas, that have been wanting something to suggest it. And it helps us a lot because we not only get to see what types of protocols users want to interact with, but it also what type of perks they want, right? Because some products offer points, some products have early access, some products have APY boost, whatever it may be. And so this is a great opportunity for community members to not only suggest their protocol, but also say very specifically what type of perk they would like to see from their favorite protocol. And in return, there's some chances to win solid. 3K solid for first place, 2K for second place, and 1K for third place.
Nice. So all you have to do is craft a post that is much better than mine, because you actually have to explain why this perk should be part of the Solana ID perk campaigns. So how would you do it, Benny? Like how would you outline that post? Because what people have to do is they basically have to pick a project they want in the Solana ID Hub, a project that they would like to have a perk from. They have to tag them, and they have to suggest the dream perk, right? Give us an example. Do you have an example, maybe?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Camino, for example, right? If someone really likes interacting with Camino, they want maybe a points boost. They can tag Camino, tag Solana Identity, and say, "Hey, I love this product. My favorite LP or liquidity pair to LP4 is blah blah blah. I would love to see a points boost, or I would love to see like a token incentive, or whatever it may be. They can suggest it, and we can reach out to the team and try to make it happen."
Awesome. Yeah. And then obviously our job is to get in touch with the team and tell them, look, our community is asking for a perk, and we have some of your ideal users for your application in our community. And on Solana, we can reach them using Solana ID targeting and targeted perk campaigns, and we can craft a highly efficient marketing campaign where you can convert your ideal users to actual users of your protocol, right? But what we need before that is the idea, the tag, and so on. So all you have to do is exactly that. It's described in the post. The deadline is the 22nd of August. That should be next week, Friday, basically the day before the next Solid Talk. And then the winners will be announced during next week's Solid Talk. So yeah, that's basically all you have to do. Post on X tagging them and Solana ID. So you can do your own post, right? You don't have to reply to this thread with your Perk Pitch post. Should they leave a reply, by the way, or should they retweet the post?
They can either one. I mean, we'll have
either one works.
go through and make sure that he's tracking all of them and put them in a spreadsheet.
Bullish. What was the last thing we did, Benny? The last campaign we did was there was a meme contest.
Oh, last contest.
Yeah,
I think it was the meme one.
Yeah, so we're doing these once in a while, and we always pick winners, and then we give it to them. Foodle asks, will the NFT claim be open until the 22nd? What exactly do you mean with NFT claim? You mean our participation NFT? Because the participation NFT usually closes after the Solid Talk, like a day later or something, because it's only for people who attend, right? So if you're not in here right now and you try to claim the participation NFT on Monday, you probably shouldn't be able to do it because it is a participation NFT. The nature of that is to participate in the Solid Talk to get that beautiful NFT here that our artist crafted for you guys. So yeah, that is another little piece of update. Now, I only have maybe one or two more things, Benny, and then I think we're good to go. Mm-hmm. If you have anything else you want to share with people, then you can do that as well. But I think we're coming to an end here. The only two other announcements I wanted to make are just like some general updates. We are through the whole main agenda. We did some Solana ID lore. We had our amazing guest speaker on with some deep conversations about Founders Life and American values. And now, one quick update I have as well for you is a Solana ID Validator update. Right, which is also always exciting because our validator has been running now since a few months very successfully. We got quite a bit of delegation pretty early on with it, and now we made a huge leap in the performance of our validator. Why? Because we now have hardware for both testnet and mainnet, our own hardware. We bought the fucking thing, we built it, we put it in a data center, rented the place. So that has two main potential factors that will make the validator more successful. One is that the validator is now running on a better hardware than we had before, so it's more performant, more reliable. And second, the costs went down drastically because we're not paying for rent anymore to rent a server. We now have our own server. We only pay for data center. That means our margin, our profit from the Solana ID validator is now actually much higher. Why is this great for Solana ID? Because whatever the fuck we make with that validator is going to find the way back to our community somehow. Either it will help us to help Solana ID to keep the lights on, and basically pays for people like Benny to work on this protocol, and we can ship more perks, so that's always great. Or we can also spin up some more community incentive campaigns with the proceeds we make from the validator. So we're not done yet with validator, not at all, but this is a huge milestone for us because now we're actually running the Fire Dancer client, which is not being run by all of the validators right now. I think maybe 10%-ish of all validators, which is already great, are running Fire Dancer. But the Fire Dancer client is much harder to run than the old one, Agave. But we made it. It is running successfully now since 1-2 weeks. We're finding our way right now with it. The skip rates are still a little bit finicky here and there, but we're improving on that as well. So all in all, it looks really good. And now we have a high-performance validator with a competitive APY, and we can also tap into the Fire Dancer delegation pool, which will give us at least 20,000 more SOL, if not 40,000 more SOL with SFTP foundation matching, which will almost double our stake that we have right now, 50,000 SOL. So that's great. So I think the next milestone will be 100,000 SOL staked to a Solana ID validator, and I'm really happy that we do it because we're not only making money for ourselves, for the company, we're also helping the Solana network to be safe, secure, decentralized, because we are voting on transactions, which is the whole idea of a decentralized network as Solana is. So really happy to be working in the validator feed as well, even if it's not our core product. It is definitely a very important piece of it. And I'm very happy that I have my dear friend Marvin, who's been working on Solana ID prior and is now our head of validator, basically, who made that all work and happen. So big shout out for Marvin. It's one single guy who did all of that, right? Like obviously we have help from some teams. We have a really good hardware contact as well. So if anyone wants to run a validator with its own hardware, hit me up. I can link you up with a guy that will build that thing for you, ship it to a data center, and make sure you have your own hardware. So yeah, some big news for the validator.
And if people want to stake with the validator, how would you suggest they do so?
Well, you have two ways to do it. You can actually head over to Sanctum or to Jupiter because we do have an LST already. We have never really marketed yet, but solidSOL exists, and you can simply swap your Solana to solidSOL either directly on Sanctum SO, or you can also head over to Jupiter, JupAG, and just swap from Sol to solidSOL, and it will be delegated to our validator, and you will earn APY on top of your Sol profits, which is great. We love LSTs. And second opportunity is native staking. So you head over to your Solflare wallet or whatever wallet you're using, and you go to staking and you select Solana ID as the validator to go, and you allocate your SOL over there. Pretty straightforward, right?
Straightforward, easy peasy. I'm more of an LST kind of guy, but to each their own.
To each their own. We're going to do some fun stuff with solidSOL in the future as well. So definitely going to be even more interesting in the future to stack up on it. We're going to announce some stuff, but it will take a few more months for us to tinker the specifics around that campaign. Last bit of agenda for today is events of the week. One event from last week that I want to reflect on. Actually, Inu has been part of that event as well, and it was the Solflare live call. And I just bumped in there as a special guest, as a secret surprise guest. Actually, the whole Solflare live was Ino's thing. He was the main guest of the show for Sanctum. And he gave a really good talk, but it was last Monday. You can still find it on the Solflare feed. And I hopped in halfway through as well and talked a little bit about Simon lore. We talked a little bit about the Ino and Simon backstory. We were yapping about all kinds of things. Lots of Sol Brothers talk as well, obviously. But whenever I appear anywhere, I don't appear as Simon or podcast host. I also appear as CEO of Solana ID. So that's why I'm always trying to be out there and to yap about things, because I want brand exposure for Solana ID very egoistically, but I don't do it only for myself. I also do it for all the people working on the protocol and my dear community. That was a really cool one. And then, Benny, we have one more event. We've set a date for it, and it's the Barnfight token contest. You might recall that there was something we're cooking.
I do.
And it took a while for us to find a date, because now we have 4 teams that I assembled. 4 teams that will compete in this contest, and it will happen on the 26th of August. So we still have some time, not next week. The week after next week, we're going to do the Barnfight live stream, and we have 4 projects that join us. It is Chippy, which is a meme coin out of the crypto savings expert house. So Spat from CSE is going to join us for Chippy. We have Borgi, which is Swissborg's meme coin. So we have someone from the Borgi team join us as well. And we have Chair. You know Chair, Benny?
I do not.
You don't know Chair, bro? What the fuck? Really?
Is it a meme coin? Should I know about it?
You know, you're still here, right?
You don't know Chair? What the fuck is the matter with you? Every single goddamn summer in America, there are white chairs. These white plastic chairs. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I do know. Yeah. 100%.
So
like the lawn chairs.
Yeah. So the Jupiter uplink team, as I wouldn't say it's Jupiter, it's specifically just people in the community. You know, we deeply believe in this chair, and if you don't believe in this chair, you are not gonna make it. Okay, I fucking actually, you know what? I have to check out the price. Yeah, not financial advice. Get me off camera, Simon.
Let's take a look. But yeah. Don't buy chairs, buy chairs. It's so silly. Yeah, you gotta love it. the world's famous chair. It's actually a really funny meme. And we'll have one of the community members from the chair community join us. It's going to be Will. Will McFlatter is going to join us as well for the chair or for the Barnfight competition.
I fucking love Will.
Will is great. Yeah, I always hang out when I hang out with him in real life. I always feel like, bro, I could spend like weeks with it. He's so funny.
Will is so weird. He's a weirdo. He's a straight up weirdo, but I love him so much.
Yeah.
Okay, where are we at right now?
Very unique. It's actually might be a good time to load up, but no financial advice. Chair, very successful meme out of the Jupe Studio network, and very happy that they join us as well. So what is Barnfight, by the way? Barnfight is a competition. It's a product from the Super Team Balkan chats, where 4 token teams or more can join, and then the community has to vote with Solana. Can be $5, $3, $10, whatever, in Solana, and they can vote for your project, right? So every community from all of these 4 projects will vote for a project, and then the project which has the second most votes, not the first, the second most votes, they will win the competition. And when the deadline hits, we close the competition, and the project that wins gets all the SOL from all the voters for a market buy order of the token. So it's really funny. So if we have like, I don't know, 10 SOL in the prize pool from all the votes, and you're second place, and you made it in the second place, then you will get a market buy order of 10 SOL or more or less, whatever it will be, which might, give a little green candle to the price. And at the same time, we're having fun in the live stream talking about it. And it's actually, think about it. How the fuck do you get second place? You can't really, it's difficult because if you get too much votes, you're first place, and then you're not winning. If you don't get enough votes, you're third place. So it's actually, you can't pay to win in that competition, which I thought is really interesting. That's why I assembled this little group of other projects to compete. So we're going to do that the week after next week. So we will do a proper announcement on Twitter next week, and probably mention it again in the next Solid Talk. And then on the 26th, so Tuesday in 2 weeks, we'll hop on a live stream with all these 4 chats, and we'll have a little fun time together for that event. So why not, make some noise with your friends, and have some fun and print some green candles. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's all I have on my agenda. So if you gentlemen feel comfy to call it a day or night, I don't know why you're still here, but go sleep. I would say
I'm here because I love you. It's just that simple. It's not that deep.
Very deep, actually, but cool. Guys, let me wrap it up. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. Obviously, Pierre for co-hosting. Good night, Pierre. Also, Benny, thank you so much for pulling up today for the special edition for Solid Talk number 50. Thank you, for being part of the show as well today for this special episode. And community, of course, we love you. Thanks for being part of this. Almost 1,000 people assembled in today's live stream. Really happy to have you all here. This is a journey in the making, okay? We're not there yet. There's light at the end of the tunnel, but it's still a way to go. So we have a lot of more exciting things we need to wrap our heads around. So please stay around, show up again, and if you're not solid yet, then get solid, and we'll see you same space, same time next week for Solid Talk number 51. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you at the next one, and have a good night, have a good day, or wherever the fuck you are. Bye.